Good evening, my beautiful neuromelanated family. How are you guys doing today? I am doing wonderful, doing great actually. I woke up this morning and I decided to choose joy, and it's been joy all day. I made a decision to choose joy, so I'm doing great. Had a really beautiful day today. Got out and got a little sunshine and was able to cross out a few things on my list. Thank goodness. So, then had a busy day though, but it's been a good day. I wanted to come on today and talk about something that's been on my heart and mind. And I want to, before we get started though, I'm going to ask you to go ahead now and click like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you click like, more people can see the video. So I want to go ahead and do that. Tell you that early. And I wanted to go over something today that is very important, especially at a time like now. Want to share some information with you and show you a couple of inserts to kind of back up the facts. And I also want to reflect a minute on what this channel is basically about. On Layla Awake channel, we tend to focus on neuromelanated empowerment, things that help us to grow, help us to manifest into our greatness and returning back to what we were before when we were created. We also talk about the lies that society has been telling us for centuries and centuries, all of the evil that has been bestowed upon us for a very long time. Here we talk about those things, we expose those things, and talk about the reminders of a lot of the things that we know already that's in us, in our minds, deep in our minds, that we just forgotten, things that have just been hidden, but that are now surfacing because of the time that we're in, the age of Aquarius. It is the age of knowing. We left the age of Pisces. We exited, I think, December the 20th, December the 19th, 2020. So we're now in the age of Aquarius, the time and age of knowing. And so things are being exposed. All of the lies that Babylon have been telling us for centuries about everything, you name it, they lied. And all of that information is been revealed. The truth about that information is now being revealed. And so one of the many things that they lied about, they actually created Hollywood. And a lot of us, including myself for years, have viewed Hollywood as something positive. For a long time, I looked at the celebrities, and I had a few of them myself that I kind of had on a pedestal. And, before I awakened to this level that I am in. And so now we're finding out the whole truth about Hollywood and all of the evils that is infested in that system. And some of the stuff that I'm learning is just so, I want to say, shocking. For me, it's really not shocking, but what's amazing is how the level of evil that they will go to do what they've been doing and still doing, but it's phasing out now, but they're still doing. And so I want to talk about one of my used to be favorite celebrities, one that I adored so much. I used to always talk about, he was just handsome, and I glorified and put him up real high on a pedestal. And I did that for a long time until I met my own Denzel. Oh, got to stop using that name though, with all that I found out here in the past few years, because it is real that when these celebrities decide that they want the kind of life that many of them have, it requires a sacrifice. It requires, some say they call it selling your soul. It's something pretty deep, that things that they have to do in order to acquire what they acquire or achieve. And so I used to always, when I started finding out the truth about certain ones, a lot of the ones that is so obvious now, there's a couple of them that I still was kind of blind to. And one of them was my old favorite celebrity, Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington. I even looked at Samuel Jackson as, kind of put him on a pedestal as well. Well, information is coming out here lately, and it's very powerful. And like I said, we're in the age of Aquarius, so all of the truth about these people is no longer a secret. They played their game and manipulated us for many, many years. But I want to say, like some would say, the gig is up, because we know now that what's required when you decide to give yourself to Hollywood, and the way you have to sell your soul, the things you have to do in order to climb the charts. There's a lot of really ugly stuff that's coming out now, and it's heartbreaking, and it's all across the board, guys. Do your research, dig in, and really look into it, because it's going to really blow your mind. If you're not aware yet, or you're not ready to know the truth, then you might want to hold off. But you really need to know because it's liberating knowing the truth, and how the lies affect us. We need to understand that, because knowing it is actually liberating for us. It actually sets us free. A lot of the things that they're doing, they were created. That system was created to do what it's been doing, and it's a part of the oppression for us. And they use celebrities to keep us in the condition, to help keep us in this condition. And that's just the truth, guys. That's really the truth. It's not a lie. And so it's time to question your favorite celebrity. NBA, NFL, your favorite entertainers on stage, your singers, your dancers. If they're attached to Hollywood, you need to open your eyes, because the truth ain't pretty. So I have this little excerpt I want to play just to kind of show you, to kind of give you some information. And I tell you, this is the first time I've seen this kind of information, on screen anywhere. But I started unfolding it, a couple of years ago. And in my mind, I said to myself, well, if this is this, then they have to be that too, So I started to, with my first eye here, I started to see the truth even before it has come out. But it's out now. So I'm going to, let me see, I want to share this excerpt with you. Bear with me, please, because we need to know the truth. The truth is still king, and the truth is still powerful. So, and it's time that our people get the facts.
Should do.
So listen to this, guys.
Before, and we pretty much left it open for him to be a good guy.
Praise him a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we praise him a little bit,
I'm gonna start it over.
Old Denzel was a good old man, so we all thought. It's painful.
Listen to this.
It's painful, but nobody's exempt from being exposed, and we must do it. Stay tuned. This is going to be like a really, really good one.
This is some pretty strong content, guys, but hey, it is what it is. So just prepare yourself.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed our new intro. Time to step it up a little bit, so that's what we are here to do. And what a day to introduce the intro, was we got to do something here that we think that a lot of people should do. We did a show about Denzel before, and we pretty much left it open for him to be a good guy.
And praise him a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we praise him a little bit, And so upon further investigation, we have to go back and we have to correct ourselves, like a lot of people won't do, right? But we will. We don't have too much pride to do that. And we have to expose him for what he is, because Denzel is, man, this is so hard to say. He's a part of the problem.
Yeah.
And what makes it so hard is because we get so caught up in actors and entertainers, and we put them on these pedestals. And once we put them there, it's hard to take them off, especially when people seen us put him on there, right? But this is God's work, and we must continue with our work, with his work, because these things need to be exposed. And why? I want to get this clear, because a lot of people, I just watched the show, and I'm going to quit rambling in a minute, but I got to get this off. I just watched the show with Andrea and Royalty, did a show together today. It was amazing. Y'all should check it out. The way they gel together is just, it's ridiculous, and I loved it. But somebody said what they was talking about was gossip, right? And we don't want to ever come off as gossiping, and they weren't either. They were giving the truth for what it is. And sometimes we need to know these things so that we know how to fight these things or how to combat these things. If we don't know it exists, we continue with it. For instance, a lot of people right now that's watching this believe that Denzel is the greatest man on earth, and he's not. And we're going to prove it. We have the proof. We have the receipts, and we're going to show you all so that you can all have a better understanding. And downtown Marlon Brown been digging in that man's business. I keep telling him to stay out of people's business, but he won't listen. And I'm glad he won't, because he got the goods. What's up, Marlon Brown?
Well, like most, it's a tough thing. But the reason why it feels hard is because of me, unbeknownst to my own self, where I put Denzel, where I shouldn't have put him. Like, if it's this hard for me to say something that I can obviously see that's bad about him, then I probably had him in a location I probably shouldn't have had him.
That's right.
And so that's why it's difficult, because I put him somewhere where he didn't belong. Probably put him somewhere where God was supposed to be honest. If I was honest with myself, and I have to be at this point. So the things we're going to be showing you is not necessarily things that most people will be like. It's the kind of stuff you could easily blow past and say, it's nothing. I can let that slide. That's nothing. And that's. And I keep telling you that the small things end up being big things. And you missed it or ignored it the first time. And after I discovered what we discovered, I had to go back and see what else I missed. Quite a few things I missed in it. So
Missed it a lot.
Missed it a lot. So we are going to talk about. We'll talk about it today. So
Yeah, and listen, and I'll admit it, Denzel was the guy. I mean, listen, the man acting skills is ridiculous.
Off the chain.
But
Off the chain.
But somebody even put in the comment section, well, he's a good actor. Period. That's it. That's all. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Period. Not period.
So because he's a good actor means that it's okay for him to contribute to indoctrinating your children to be gay, homosexuals, and all this different stuff. Is that okay because he's a good actor? This is what I mean by people. And what they don't understand is you have made this man your God. If he's able to get away with whatever, he want to just because he's a good actor. That's not how it works, darling. it's a bad thing.
You know. Now we talked a few times about symbols and signs and how people in the movie industry um, have hidden. They say things without saying it, and um, Denzel talked about God quite a bit, enough so that you look past the times that he was promoting things other than God. Case in point. Case in point. And you might think, oh, okay, that's a one-off. It's not a thing that he does all the time. Now, for those of you who are familiar with these particular symbols, it's not a God thing. Okay? All right, we know that. So you think, okay, this is one. Okay, one. Has he done it any other time other than that? I am here to inform you that yes. Yes, yes, he has. And we miss it because we're not looking. Okay? We're not looking. Did it again.
So let's talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about where we are right now in the video. So I tell you, this would have been a hard one for me had I not been where I am today, because I used to love myself some Denzel. I used to love myself some Denzel. But you know what? It's time to get real. It's time to be honest, and it's time to accept the facts. We got to face the facts, guys. So I was a victim too, just like the rest of us. You know, we were all victims until we wake up, until we woke up. We got to take these celebrities off these pedestals. We do. And it's time. We've got to wake up and realize that Babylon has been using these celebrities as tools in their toolbox too to harm us. And you heard what he said, you know. He's an excellent actor, but acting is acting. You know, you don't get to see the real person when they're on screen. And just always remember that we know now that when they take the oath to become these people, you know, these celebrities, and especially at that level, they have to give up something. And what they give up is huge. And if they're a tool to harm us, then that's all we need to know. I don't care how great they act. If they're harming our people, that's the most important thing. But the age of Aquarius is exposing them all. There's a content creator by the name of Nitrous TV, spelled Nitris TV. He's a YouTube content creator, and he exposes celebrity after celebrity after celebrity. He goes in really hard, guys. And if you want to get more information, subscribe to this young man's channel, and he really gives you the business. And so, and that's a good thing, you know, and I can't see it as gossip, you know, because these people are showing receipts. They're showing you the facts. They're giving you receipts. And so once you see the receipts, you just can't argue with that. But Nitrous TV really goes in, because it's time for people to know the truth about these evils. And we're in the age of Aquarius, so it's not going to be hidden anymore, and that's a great thing. But I tell you what, if we continue to co-sign this foolishness, we can't wonder anymore why we're so low vibrational at times. If we're sitting in front of the tube co-signing this evil. And that's actually what we're doing when we're buying into it, when we are accepting it, we're actually co-signing it, and we are allowing it to be a part of our oppression and, ultimately our demise. Well, it's all exposed, being exposed now, and people, it's real. We have to accept that this is not a game. This is not make believe. It's not a April Fool. It's none of all that. This stuff is really real. The truth is really coming out about these celebrities. And I'm going to tell you, I've known for quite some time now. I'm just now doing this video, but I've known for quite some time. And I don't even like to look at them, because when I look at them, I don't feel good. When I look at celebrities now, knowing what I know about any of them, and bless her soul, Whitney was always my favorite singer, and her music is still beautiful to me. And I found out some things, because some of our celebrities do fight it. Some of our celebrities, not every one of them bought into the system. There's a few of them out there. Cat Williams, what's his name? There's another comedian. I can't think of his name right off the top of my mind, but he didn't buy into it. There's a few of them out there that refuse to sell their soul, and I have so much respect for those guys. But most of them do. And I wanted to show you just a little bit more on another excerpt, and show you just a little bit more of this video before we wrap it up, because you can go from here and dig a little deeper, and just be ready, because it's for me, it's kind of hurtful, because and the only reason it is really hurtful, to be perfectly honest with you, is because of the pedestal that I had him on, and the pedestal that many of us have put these celebrities. And we gotta stop, guys. We gotta stop putting them on pedestals, because all we're doing is setting ourselves up. So we got to stop that. We're doing that to ourselves. We need to know the truth.
If you think,
So
just twice.
listen to this.
Okay.
Just
I want you to
twice.
think
Listen
of
to this.
just twice. Now, the second one that we just showed you, it matters in context next to whom.
Big time.
Big time next to whom. And if you're familiar with the person next to him, I think you'll understand a little bit more about why it's bad. I think you'll understand now why it's a bad thing.
Oh, but Marlon, I have something I had to bring to the forefront.
What's that?
You ready?
Go ahead.
Somebody in the audience is going to say, I'm going to say before they say it, but those are old pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to that in a minute. I just wanted to be the first to say it before somebody else said.
Yeah, okay. It's not so much that we didn't see it, Missy. You can see something and ignore it because of a preconceived bias you might have, or a refusal to see it because it's too disheartening to believe. And I can readily admit to you that that is exactly how I viewed Denzel, until it became painfully obvious to me. And when it became painfully obvious, I couldn't ignore it anymore.
Oh wait, I knew somebody was gonna say. Did I say this before this came up?
Let me see. Say what?
Those are old. Big fella.
Yeah.
I call. We call.
You called it quick.
Yeah, we call him the big fella, right? Hey, big fella. I just said that before it came up. Stick around. Stick around. We're gonna cover that, because sometimes when you show things that somebody did in the past, then the things that they're doing in the present or currently, you can connect it to the past to bring it all together. And I'm giving you a hint because you're the big fella, you my guy. So that's what we're gonna do. We got that coming up. So we're gonna connect all this for you. So y'all stick around and watch how we bring it together.
Since you addressed one, I want to address it because it's important. We are not here to judge either. So live, no, it is not live and let. You're going to let evil live and let live. I don't think, and I'm not judging. I'm telling you what God said. If I were judging, I'd be adding my own interpretation of things. This is not judging. If God said something is evil, guess what I'm supposed to say? It's evil. If God said don't do something, I'm supposed to tell people don't do it.
But look what she said, Merlin. Like think about, okay, now Shelly, let me help you out here. I want you to really let's read through
So
what you said.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
gonna use your one.
get into the comments that they are referencing. I just want you to just get enough of that, those inserts, to prompt you to go ahead. I'm gonna put the link um, on the video, under the video, and you know, take some time and go and pull the whole video up and watch it. They mention in this video, they're gonna mention there's a conversation between Denzel Washington and T.D. Jakes, and you're gonna learn some stuff about him too. I mean, they're bringing receipts, and guys, it's pretty heavy stuff, but we have to remember they're what we call human too, and we have been guilty of putting these people on pedestals. We have, guys. Most of us have. They have penetrated our minds and made us look at these people as something bigger than what they are. And I, you know, and I'm a highly vibrating